Yes, sir. Yeah, my name is Frank Argano, and the name of my business is Shot Shaver Golf. So, Shot Shaver Golf started, I guess, technically 5 years ago now. The actual business itself, the storefront didn't open until this last May of 2022. But the business itself started as a simulator installation business. So I would put golf simulators into people's houses and offices and things like that, either commercial build outs or residential, I was saying before. I was doing that for a while as I worked up at Richmond County Country Club. I was one of the golf pros up at Richmond County at a college. And then once I saved up money from the simulator installations, I decided to open up my storefront location on Victory Boulevard, which has now been open since last May. So the business itself is kind of a double-edged sword, I guess, so to speak. One, we do the simulator installations in people's houses and offices and things like that. But now with the storefront facility, there's a heavy focus on golf instruction as well too. That's my day-to-day job here, so to speak, is golf instruction. So I see, anyone from kids that are 4 or 5 years old up to the other day I taught a 90-year-old a golf lesson, which is pretty amazing. So that's a cool part about golf. So at the actual facility of Shot Shaver Golf, we offer lessons, so golf instruction for all ages. I have men's and women's leagues here. So there's 3 golf simulators at the facility, so you can play full rounds of golf on the simulators. You can hit golf balls like you're just practicing on the driving range here. And we use the best technology in the world, which is called TrackMan, which is a great technology, the same one that the PGA Tour uses, the LPGA Tour. So you're getting really, just the best data that you can, which I think awesome for our island to be able to use and practice and play. Staten Island has 4 golf courses on it, which is pretty amazing. 13 miles long, and we have 4 golf courses, so it's a big golf community here. And we're just proud to be able to be a spot where people can come, practice, work on their game, hang out with friends, and a little bit less pressure than going to the real golf course. Like when you first start getting into golf, it's like, what do I wear when I go there? How do I check in? What is the etiquette? You come to Shot Shaver, we have music on, you can wear whatever you would like. We have instructors here that are happy to, teach you how to get into the game. And it's just a really good spot to, to kind of get into it. So just to reiterate, 2 really sides of the business, both simulator installations with our team that goes and installs simulators throughout the country. And then we now have the storefront, which is, more day-to-day, person-to-person simulator instruction, golf simulator rentals, and all that good stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the cool things about golf is that it's the cliche thing about it is that it's an amazing networking tool, and it's the funny part about it is that talk about like deals getting done on the golf course. I've never completed a deal on a golf course once. I don't really agree with that like cliche thing, but being on the golf course is the best interview of someone's character that I've ever been able to experience. You get 5 hours with them. You get to see how they react when things might not be going their way. You get to see if they're honest with how they react and do different things. So if you're in the chamber and you don't play golf currently, I would be more than happy to get you involved. And I think it's something it's a real asset to be able to have. It just brings you to some great places. You're able to meet a bunch of great people. But like I was saying, from a business owner's perspective, it is an amazing way to get a read on people that you might be getting into business with or different things like that. It's the best interview, in my opinion, ever is around a golf with somebody. You learn a lot about them. So I would say that last thing on the way out is that if you're in the chamber and you don't play quite yet, you have a guy now. You have a guy. I'd be happy to help with your golf game, get you in here. People tell me that I'm very patient, and I'm like, man, if I wasn't a patient golf instructor, I'd probably be in the wrong business. You know what I mean? And so even if you feel like it's like, man, I've never even started yet, a blank slate to me is actually way easier than someone that has bad habits for 20 years that didn't play in the wrong way with. So if you're thinking about getting into it, don't be nervous about it at all. Like I said, you have a guy now, and I'd be happy to help you get into it. But it's a game you can play for a lifetime, and it brings you to a lot of amazing places. So we are here to help gladly. Yeah, I think it's like one of those no-brainer, type things when it comes down to it. Just being connected into the community here on Staten Island, and I think business owners, when it comes down to it, I think have a very special relationship of yeah, just I guess with that being said, of not necessarily receiving a paycheck or like these different things that kind of only business owners can relate to in that regard. And I think the fact that we can relate to each other on that to support one another and be aware of these different groups on Staten Island is a special thing. So Bruce came in a few times. Bruce, I think Biggins is how you pronounce his last name. And he was just a gentleman from the first time I met him, showing me the unbelievable resources that the chamber has. And I think there's a lot of benefits to it, but I think more than anything, I just really wanted to get plugged in with the entrepreneur community here on Staten Island, and just be able to learn from each other, and then of course support one another. But I think that you could save a lot of time learning things by seeking the advice of people that have been in the business for years or having their own business. So when you try and do it yourself as a business owner, we tend to think that it's all on us. We have to do it ourselves and things like that. But, the community that we have here on Staten Island of people that have been doing this for years is just an amazing resource that we're able to learn from each other. So yeah, just a really no-brainer for me. So we thankfully have a very a good social media presence. So both on Instagram and on TikTok and YouTube, Shot Shaver Golf, SHOTSHAVER Golf, which I'm sure will be down below somewhere. But I actually post some videos. We post daily vlog videos of just kind of my day to day of kind of what the day looks like, and you can kind of get connected with the field Shot Shaver really quickly through our social platforms. But then just to learn more about it, shotshaver.com. The website kind of has the rundown of the business, how the maybe lesson pricing works, or the simulator rentals, or how the business model in general works is a good place to go. But then especially from a chamber, perspective, I'm sure my contact info will be available, and I'm always just a phone call or an email away, to really chat anytime. But I think the short answer would be our social media. And then, and like I said, I'm available for, to chat with anybody, anytime.